right, I'd like to, those of you all that are here, like to tell you, start packing. Trump thinking to send y'all ass back to Africa. He thinking to send Mexicans back to Mexico. And the Haitians have been eating them dogs. He's sending them back to Haiti. He's sending the Puerto Ricans back to that garbage, floating garbage island.
Oh, no.
Here's a wrap.
What are you going to do with the Chinese and the Indians?
Because he
Send
got
them
the
back to
richest.
China and
He got the richest man in the world on his side.
Elon Musk.
It's about to
Elon
go
Musk is
down.
paying people $1 million to vote for the man.
No, $1 million to register.
Register, yeah.
And the judge backed it up and said it was all right.
But you can't stand out front with a sign.
So he put up what, over
water.
100
The
something?
boy,
water,
I'd have
water,
got me.
and water.
If he give me $1 million now, I wouldn't vote for
I mean,
Trump,
but
but
he
I
just
would
said
say I
register.
would.
He just
said
said
register.
register.
He didn't say vote, he
register.
said
That's
register.
that's what got him through.
I wish I was close to it. I was damn sure.
He a weird looking dude. He had like plastic surgery.
He don't even look real.
He don't look real.
Because
He
his
look
face
like
ain't
he
got
might
no
be AI.
expressions. His face so tight, it
He
just
had
got
the
that
same
one
person
look.
I think he
Designed
done
that-
had some work.
Same person
Yeah.
designed that truck, designed his face.
You got the most powerful man in the world and the richest man in the world teamed up. That's a problem.
Who the most powerful man in the world?
Well, for right now, he is. Well, of the free world, Donald Trump.
Oh, shit.
That's the most powerful man. He's the most powerful man of
Not
the free
yet.
world.
Not until he gets sworn in. Right now, it's
Not yet.
still a working
Well,
government. We
But
soon
still
then,
to
got
when he
be.
does
Biden.
get there, he does have his pulse on the world.
Who?
Donald Trump. He will have his finger on the pulse of the world once he gets in office.
Yeah.
He's going to change a lot of things.
So,
man. It's gonna be
what
scary.
about his age? Like,
78.
Biden just was president and he ain't even make it to the next one. Y'all really think Donald Trump is? I mean, you already
That's what
see
I
he got
said, too.
dementia and everything. It
Right,
ain't
right.
like how much more Donald Trump we really gonna have before
6
they
months.
say he ain't really fit to be in office, and then it's really gonna be the vice president.
And he worse than Donald.
That's
Is it-
leading
wait,
the
I
country.
mean, come on, man. His president number 47, or his prison number is 1135-809.
They gonna make him the same so he can remember when he get dementia. They gonna be like, we just gonna
Is
make
that
him the
right,
same.
CJ?
No.
I'm about to check
His
it out.
prison number 1135-809, I think.
Hold on, let me get
That
the
man
number,
got
man.
34.
That's gonna be the mega million.
How
Give me
long
them
was he
numbers.
in there to get a number?
Check it out now.
Felonies, man.
Yeah.
How long was he in there to
34,
get a number? How long you got to be in there to get a number?
You know,
that
you
number your
convicted,
first
they
day.
take him in there for your
You
Yeah,
don't
mom.
get no
when you get
name.
locked
They
up,
take your
yeah.
name and give you that number the first day.
Oh, okay.
You got one. What's your number? I think it's
Mine
something
was
like
196214.
See that?
Woo, see? Only person couldn't remember their number was Malcolm X.
No,
I think Trump's is
91624, my
1130
bad.
PO 1135-809, something like that. I
Well,
don't
you
know.
crazy. You remember that?
It don't matter, but he's a felon,
He used
man.
that number to relate to black
34
people.
count felon, man. And he figuring to be the leader of the free world. And the ironic thing about it is, even in Georgia, can felons vote?
They can now.
Yeah, he voted.
He voted. He voted.
Yeah.
He voted.
Yeah.
They showed him, and he voted. He voted in Florida.
Yeah.
He don't know who he voted for,
And
but
he,
he
had,
voted.
and he had a hat on, and couldn't nobody, you wasn't supposed to wear the.
You have to get your rights
Oh,
back
you were supposed to
vote.
wear the hat,
He
right?
had one.
Yeah.
Because he looked at
Nah.
his wife to make sure she was voting for him.
We all know what happened, but here the numbers. Somewhat. Trump got 70-something million votes. Kamala ended up with 60-something million, 67 million, I think. 15 million less than Joe Biden got. Donald Trump got less votes than he got when he lost to Biden. You could say it's an argument Kamala lost because all the people that voted for Biden did not show up and vote for her. So I've been watching the commentators on, this race now.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to hear it, just turn channel, shit.
Hey, I'm with you. I'm with you.
There's no arguing to me that race played a part. Now, I'm not saying she lost it totally because of race. As I said, in a way, I wasn't glad she lost, but I was relieved because I don't want a sister getting the ridicule that's necessary for you to be the president. I don't want a sister worrying about getting shot every day. And all that go along with being president.
Yep.
I don't want a sister taking the criticism. I used to feel bad. I used to want to whip Trump's ass when they would campaign. He would call her stupid and dumb. That was an insult to me. So I don't understand, in a way, the 25% of brothers that voted
Right.
for Donald Trump. In a way, I do, because nobody was saying nothing about it. But the truth is, in a way, and I think it played both ways. I think her Jewish husband got her some votes. But as far as a black man, and I'm a black man, I voted for her. But I understand a black man. I don't agree with it.
Right.
But I understand black man. If you ask a black man who chose Donald Trump over Kamala, if you ask that man, how could you pick this crazy white man over your own people? He could say that's what she did when she picked the boy she married
husband
over her own
Wow.
people.
Wow.
But a relationship versus running a country, you should be able to
It ain't
compartmentalize
that.
that some common sense as a black man. Black man. And furthermore, now if a black man says this, that last election when we literally saved the Milwaukee, Pennsylvania, and definitely Atlanta being blue, really saved this country. And then now we see money going overseas and still hadn't really used that money to affect the black community. I can probably hear a black man if he says that, like, well, they spent a lot of money in Ukraine, and there's still a lot that needs to be done in the black community. If he used that, I might can hear him a little bit, but anything other than that, there's no way you should like go against.
But it was
Well, I heard a couple of
black
things.
men.
I heard a couple of things. I heard that just in talking and listening to the commentators and listening to people. One thing is a lot of black men was not in favor of her saying that we were used to tax dollars to transform men into women that's in prison.
But
But
that
she didn't
was,
say
she
that.
said
I'm
that
only
15,
going by
20 years ago.
what they said. And then also what you just said too. I literally hear men saying, it's like, yo, let her go with the white folks. She ain't want us.
Yeah,
a
but
lot
the
of men
reason
said that.
you can't focus on that because if you turn this, I said this
'Cause
way
she's
earlier on.
dated black
If you
women
turn it into white versus
Well, I'm
black,
just saying.
we lose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We 11 or 12% of the total
people said
population.
that.
So you don't want that. That's why
Don't
I
add
think,
about the numbers.
I think a lot of that exhibiting her at a sorority parties and stuff. I was saying then that's a mistake.
And electoral votes.
You would
Go ahead.
have been better off just saying and bragging about being a woman.
Yeah.
The biggest department of voters in the United States, period, is white women. So you in that group, you're not a white woman, but you're a woman.
Right.
So you have been better just uniting all the women. But when you at all these black functions, which is good, but you do that after you win. But, which is good, but you turned it into a black versus white, you're going to lose in America.
And she also lost. She lost Detroit. She lost Michigan. She lost a lot of black areas going after. Even though she was going after the black vote, she still lost a lot, and she still didn't. In my opinion, having these black parties and all that stuff, that's not really identifying with the issues of what's really going on. So there was a whole lot of different things. I mean, you had some women saying that they liked her and they didn't like what Trump was saying. But to your point, DC, a lot of folks were saying they were afraid that the other countries would not take us serious with a woman in power. I heard that.
I'm going to say this, and I want to hear what you got to say, bro. I'm going to say this, and somebody said it, but they didn't say it as nice as I'm going to say it. I would not want to see her negotiating against Putin. I mean, I'm not saying that she's incompetent. She's more competent than anybody been up there in the last few years. But I just wouldn't want to see her. I wouldn't want to see a sister dealing with that.
Well, a lot of these countries don't even like dealing with women in that type of environment.
True,
also.
but it's been done like Thatcher and whatever. She was respected.
Elizabeth, Queen Elizabeth.
Who give a shit what you like? But I'm not saying you. I'm saying who give a shit what some other country.
Right.
But I'm saying is I wouldn't want to see her in that position, man.
Right.
Where she's sitting across from this idiot. Now with Trump, if I must say so myself, if Trump against Putin, you got two idiots.
Right.
So let
They
the
like each
idiots
other.
have it.
Right.
Let
Let
them
them
have
have their
at
way.
it.
Yeah.
But I would hate to see Putin
And going
coming
at
after
it.
Sister JJ.
Yeah.
You know what I
Man,
mean?
I respectfully disagree. I would love to see her negotiate with anybody. We are the United States, the most powerful country in the world.
Okay, let me
And-
ask you this.
You know, I would love to see her go against it.
Okay.
What they gonna do?
Your significant other. Would you like to see her in that position?
If she had the gall to run and people put $300 million behind her, you're doing right. And she's as smart as what Harris brought to the table, you're doing right.
Would you
'Cause I
like
think
to
that type
see
of
your
woman can stand up to
significant
anybody.
other running for president of the United States and the opponent calling her stupid and lazy and dumb?
He can call
How
it what
would you
she-
handle that?
Of course, I wouldn't like it, but at the same time, I mean, what I'm gonna do? Go up there and there's no candidate or party that's been over there throwing fist fight.
Yeah,
You're a
can.
good man, but that's what I would do.
Catch him in
I
the
mean, I would
restroom.
want
That's
to.
what. That's what. That's
Catch him
what,
in the restroom.
I mean, I try to do something.
Catch
Yeah,
him in the
but
restroom.
I don't think I could just sit back and take that.
None of us, but
I
what
guess
could
I
you do?
could.
Because he's got Secret Servicemen just like they would separate.
He
you.
gotta
so
go
the
pee.
reality of
He
it,
gotta go
Yeah, now
pee.
we can talk. Now I would definitely let Trump know, like, hey man, look, if I can ever get you in the right spot, it can
I'll be
me
out of
and you.
control, man. You talking about Wanda Smith? Husband.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I'll be trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think
DC,
I mean, I hate to see a woman in that position, huh?
I was gonna say the electoral votes.
Yeah, which
People
is
think
racist.
that the electoral votes is like the popular vote, which is usually does. They do usually follow the popular vote, but the electoral college they don't have to do that. They can choose which way they want to.
Well, you can
And
say
that's why he
you can
won
say
because
usually.
of the electoral vote.
You can say usually, but
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton won the popular vote.
Right.
he won both of them.
He
In this
won
case,
both
he
of
won
them.
both of them. Yeah,
Right.
70
He
something
won
million
both of
votes
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah, he won both
67,
of them.
66 and some change.
That's
Biden
not.
had 84 million to his 70 something million votes. But what's interesting is Kamala got less,
Yeah.
15 million less
Than
votes than Joe Biden. So here's my question.
definitely.
Do y'all think Joe Biden could have beat him?
We don't know.
Not
I mean,
Joe,
think that-
not Joe, but if they had time to pick someone else, I think they may could have won.
Well, a lot of people,
She
a
only
lot
had
of people
100
saying they
days.
had
Joe-
time. They should have had a runoff.
They should have had him.
But if you have a runoff, I don't know who you would have put in there.
Me either. That's
They
what I'm
coulda
trying to
done
think.
better.
Not this time.
It wouldn't. It from what y'all are saying, it sounds like they could have put any coherent white male in that position, and people would have voted Democrat.
that's what it looks
That's
like.
possible.
Perhaps.
That sound like what y'all
Perhaps.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
That's not
Perhaps.
what I'm saying, but that's
You
possible.
said
Perhaps.
something a while back though. White men of this country is not going to vote for a black woman.
I said that.
Ain't gonna happen.
And I agree with that. They're not going to do it. They pride won't let them do it.
Now,
And then
I'm
you got
just-
their
I
think
wives,
that- I
and
think
you got their
that-
wives going along with them.
I think that Joe
Just put it on
Biden,
them.
President Joe Biden, knew he was going to lose, and this is how I feel. And I think that he put Kamala, what her name is?
Kamala.
Now you
Now
don't
you
know
don't even know her name.
Now you don't know
See,
her
now-
name.
That's how they turned on you.
How fast we turn on him.
I think he put her up there to take the fall.
No,
Like,
no.
I think
no,
he put her up there. To
That's
take the
not
fall.
right.
I
because
think
he
Joe-
didn't put her up there.
Nah.
What's her name?
Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think they knew that she was
He
going to
was
lose.
not trying to
No, they
go
didn't
up.
throw that.
However, you do raise a question that I had on my list. Do you think he really wanted her to win? You know, when he came out and made the garbage comment, which I thought was fine because it was in response to what the comic had said at the New York thing,
Right.
Madison Square Garden, where he said Puerto Rico is just a pile of garbage. And then when they asked Joe Biden about it, he said, only pile of garbage around here, basically, I'm paraphrasing, is Trump supporters.
MAGA vote.
But
Right.
that was almost ditto from what took Hillary Clinton out of the race
Right.
Yeah.
when she said Trump supporters are despicable. They blew that up.
Right.
So I'm wondering, did he know what he was doing?
Right, when he
Did
called
he
them trash.
really want Kamala to win?
Nah, that's the
Because
first
she
time.
come back
And
and
then
beat
they
him.
Because if he did,
Yeah.
you know what he would do? Retire tomorrow morning and make her president.
Yeah. Now another thing, I think he should have
Could do
done.
that.
Yes.
I think he should have done
Yeah,
while he's
exactly.
while
No, he
he's
could've
in
They let
power.
her run rampant for
He
a month.
should have.
Yeah.
He should have applied whatever they running for. He should have done that while he's in office now.
Yeah.
Whatever they campaigning on, he should have put it in motion
Just
while he's
sign
in
the
It
office.
ain't
executive
that
order.
easy. It
That's
ain't
what I'm
that
saying.
easy.
Nah.
He
It
could
ain't
do
that
a
easy.
couple of
It ain't that
executive
easy.
orders.
Huh?
But he
It ain't
could do
that
a couple of
easy,
executive
man.
orders, but I do feel, just looking at everything, that there's some kind of underground, maybe white Tex International Underground Railroad, because they didn't just take the president to the city; they took the senator in the house. I'm just saying, I just think it's some kind of white Tex. I think there's some kind of white underground Tex Railroad.
Well,
that
what
they
you
was on the
think?
same
What
page.
you think the whole phrase "Make America Great Again" means?
Right.
But man, not just
It's
that.
clearly white
you had
supremacy. It's like
5
take
counties
America-
in Pennsylvania,
They like-
Latinos that voted
They
for
like
him.
America ain't been great since the '60s when we let them niggas start voting.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, you got to remember that when they
No,
say
he
the
talking
reason
about
why a
taking
lot
back
of these
to
hold on, the
1868.
reason why a lot of these foreigners are voting Republican is because they're looking at the value of what the Republicans stand for. And so when you look at what the values of what a Republican stand for, honestly, the values of it, I agree with it. The values, I'm not talking about the people, but when you look at what they stand for, what they're supposed to stand for, so that's why.
Keyword, supposed. There
Yeah,
you go.
well-
yeah, but
well,
they ain't
again-
doing it.
So that's why you have a lot of these Latinos and Mexicans voting Republican because
Right.
based
Oh, they
on
get
what it
deported.
stands for.
All of them.
The
Bullshit.
thing is, I think
We'll be back.